Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the Overlord event. You can find the event bar there on top. There you will find shortcuts about the events, the stuff you might find, but the Laberynth, you can find it right here. So as you can already see, I already cleared the Laberynth. That's the recorded team I cleared it before, and that's the new team. So once you cleared it, you can record your last team to add units to your roster after you reset the dungeon. So this is the dungeon cleared right now. I have all the rewards. Now I'm gonna go back, and you can see there are stones there. You can find those stones during your run in Laberynth shops. So for you guys, I'm gonna do this run without the buffs because I want to show you how easy it is. So this is how it looks like. Here you can find the rewards list. You unlock the first one, the second one, and the third one by points filling the bar on top. It will unlock everything in the exchange shop. So we're gonna pick the Overlord characters specifically because they are boosted in this event. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Icebug because he's really good to start with. Really good. These are his stats. As you can see, he's level 1. He has no ranks. These are his skills. He only has his passive, but that doesn't matter because we're gonna build him along the way. I'm kind of new at this, so I will try to edit the video so you can see the fights, what you can get with them, the passives to choose. You gotta search for Overlord passive as much as you can, because they're gonna help boost your characters throughout the Laberynth. It's okay if you make mistakes. I've done them myself, as you are gonna see throughout the video, but I did it so you guys can see that either though you make mistakes, you can clear this dungeon by using Overlord characters. Now, in order to chase Overlord characters throughout the dungeon, you must find them in specific icons that shows like a unit, or in the shops. Actually, you can rotate the cycle by spending some points, as you can see at the bottom, but right now we're gonna choose one of the passives. Chase for passives that say Overlord characters or unknown as much as possible. If you don't have any choice in the matter and you want to save points for the next shop, try to see what's next before choosing or before entering a shop, because sometimes when you enter a shop and do a rotation or something or exchange for something, once you get out, you move a space forward, so you got to pay attention to that. You are not obligated to choose characters. You can actually skip them if you want, but we're gonna actually choose one character as best we can. As you can see at the rotation, I didn't get an Overlord character, but that's okay because we got Icebug, and he's gonna be really good at the first boss and the second boss. But if we get lucky, we can use other characters that are very good. Sheltier is good here. Ainz is good here, and even a Beetle, no question. Now about level ups and ranks. If you have a level up nearby and you can choose that first, then I suggest you choose the level up. But the ranks are actually gonna make your characters stronger in this Laberynth. You can level them up later if you find shops, because level ups here are scarce, but you can find ranks almost everywhere. Yet you gotta make sure to choose ranks first, because once you get to the boss, he is gonna out CC you. And you gotta make sure that you already have your units before you get to the boss. Now, if you don't get any unknown character like per se Merlin, or a character that has a back buff that you can put in the back, can be human, can be angel, whatever race that can provide a buff to the team. Now, to notice what kind of buffs you can use in the back, you gotta see the passive, and if it has a blue hand open, that's white in the inside, that means that you can use that unit in the back. So you can actually work with other units, but in here we're gonna do a chase for Overlord characters. Now, if you failed your run and you missed some stuff, or you did something bad, it's okay. I did it plenty of times. The best thing you can do is go as far as you can until you find a shop, and if in that shop you can see colored stone, that stone is actually gonna boost your run once you restart again. So if all your units die and you see like you can't do that run, you can restart the labyrinth and try your luck again, but with different odds, because it's all random. The characters are random. It's not secure in any way, but you can find other Overlord characters in this dungeon. You don't need to use any other characters. I've seen and heard people use angels to clear this dungeon, but since they're not boosted, it's gonna be really hard for any other unit, unless you get lucky with passives, because most of the passives here say Overlord, so it's a new passive, so you're gonna run into that passive constantly, like really constantly. Now, if you're gonna chase passives, try to find passives that boost your attacks based on full ultimates or critical. Now, if you see Overlord passives that boost characters that are specifically of Overlord or are known, choose them. Doesn't matter, you're gonna defeat a lot of bosses. Most of them drop passives, most of them don't, but the only way to know which ones drop passive and which ones don't is gonna have like a blue icon on the side with an orb in the inside. That's when you know where to search for extra passives. Now, if you have enough passives but you want to change ranks, or you want to change level, or you want to change your character, well, you can either decide to pick one. As you can see, I only have Merlin there, so I gotta work with what I have. It's easy. You're gonna be fine. You can run this as many times as you want. This is like my 4th or 5th run, and it's an easy clear. And it gets easier once you buy the stones from the shop. So you gotta do this run, because inside the shop, the exchange shop, you're gonna find the other summoning tickets plus LR coins. LR coins is a new concept inserted into the game recently that lets you awaken some units, at least 3 units right now, that you can awaken to LR form. For that, you gotta gather like 100 coins, so it's hard. it's very scarce. But as you can see, Ice Block is really good in this dungeon. Specifically, if you get the other characters, it's gonna be great. Like really easy. You can Merlin, you can see her like she doesn't do much damage there. As you can see, even though she's unknown and she gets boosted, but you can see that she's not that strong. Really easy, as you can see. Take your time in reading the passives. If you think that you need like a very good passive, try to roll once. But if you roll more than once, you're gonna be short on points once you reach the Laberynth shops. So we're close to one, as you can see, and that's the shop right there. Oh, Shaltir, great. She's really strong here. She's really good. She's gonna carry this whole game right now. As you can see, there's other upgrades, and that's the stone. That stone is gonna boost your next run. But it's expensive, so if you buy something expensive in the shop, you're not gonna be able to buy the stone there. Now, this is the first boss. As you can see, she heals. That's her passives, and she's really easy. She's gonna be easy with these units. Now, Shaltir, in order to do damage with her or stack buffs with her, you gotta use her infect ability first and then save for attacks. So as you can see, I use her infect ability, then build up Cocytus and attack with her ability. So you can see how much damage she will deal, as well as Cocytus or Ice Bug. And that's game. These units, even though they're not that powerful in terms of PvP and other stuff, they are really great at what they do. Even though they have complicated passives and you have to stack some things up. Some of them are PvP restricted, some of them are PvE restricted, so it's okay, I guess. But they're really fun to use, even though the stacks are against them in some points, but they're really fun. Even if you're not a fan of Overlord per se. Now, this is where it gets complicated or stronger. If you don't build your units to be at least resistant to the next bosses or enemies, you're gonna have a hard time. As you can see, these characters are boosted here, but he's having trouble in killing them in one shot, like Cocytus right now. But if I build her ult and keep stacking her abilities as same as Cocytus, you're gonna find out that it's gonna be much easier than you think. So And one down. Oh my god. She's really good. I can't stress this enough. Gotta create that thumbnail. You can take your time building them, selecting team members. As you can see, I'm searching if any of them have like back passive, so I can use them to replace one of the useless units. I don't want to say that, don't want to call it like that, but it is what it is. It's useless for me because I'm not running humans or demons or giants, only unknown, and they are really good. If you get Infinity Merlin, if I recall, she's somewhat manageable, but once you get to the bosses, you're gonna find out the hard way. She's gonna die really fast. If you feel like you need to skip to the bosses, you can definitely can. But this run, I'm doing it for those who need to see what attacks you can use when fighting certain enemies, or how to work with what you have in your hand, which for some players it's kind of difficult, but for some it's not that hard, unless you're practically new, and that's understandable. My account is actually free to play, if you haven't noticed, and if you guys want me to create content for free to plays, I'll be happy to make some content if you want me to. I'm very sorry if I cannot provide timestamps because I'm kind of new at this, as I said before, but I will try to get better at this. This is my first ever video, and I think it's great to make content for you guys, and at least for people who want to watch what I create. And some eye candy for you guys. If you're trying to pull for the units, at least you can enjoy the ults, the ult animations. They're really well detailed, and actually they really work very good on these units, at least for the animations, of course. Now, since I didn't find any other Overlord characters in here, I'm gonna take a gamble. See where I can get. Oh, there's Eyes. He's PvP oriented, but he can actually help your team sustain more. Plus, he has an ability that reduces the enemy damage or crits, I presume. But as long as you run Overloord units, even though they kill one of your units or two, you're gonna be fine. And if you happen to die with your full team, it's okay. You can restart the dungeon or restart the boss. It's gonna cost you some points to do so, but you can actually choose whichever you want, but it's limited to the points you already gathered throughout the dungeon. Now, one thing to keep in mind, once you reach the end of the dungeon, you get points to actually spend in the exchange shop. It's gonna be always in the dungeon. You're gonna be searching for LR coins, the summoning tickets, some UR coins that will help rank your characters, and some pendants to limit break them to a level 100 if you can. It takes a lot of pendants, so it's necessary, but if you're gonna be farming this several times, it's gonna take you like quite an amount of runs. I did like 5 runs and I still didn't finish the shop, so I'm gonna try and finish it later. And I'm in no rush since the event just started. Eins for the win. Very cool animation. One fun fact, even if you miss the summon animation, which is really cool, it's the same animation that you get once you get a victory with that character. So if you miss that animation, you can actually see it again if you win with that character in any place you want to use him. So you don't actually miss anything. I actually turn on the clicking option so you guys cannot miss anything that's clickable in the game or what I'm searching for, so you won't be lost. As you can see, I'm selecting some passives here. Let me see. Okay, this one's better. So next is the shop, and shops are great. If you ever run into one, try to at least move towards it. Oh, Albedo. Oh yeah. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be great. Even though Kakaitis can carry too, but let's go with Albedo. It's gonna make things so much easier. But we're lacking our ranks. We're gonna need some ranks, or at least some additional passives to beat the next boss. But this is the second boss. He's actually easy with this team. But let's see how much damage can Albedo take. I needed more ranks to at least do incredible damage, but she's doing what she can. She's taunting the enemy. Let's see. And let's see what we can kill with this. Which can happen to anyone if we're reasonable users. Let's see. Ah, so close. Jesus. Well, like I said, doesn't matter. I have a full team. They're pretty strong. And let's finish this. And GG's. It's pretty easy. And the last boss. It's easy with this team. And I believe even if you didn't summon for these units, you can still run into them in the dungeon. But I'm not actually clear on that. But what I'm actually certain of is that Kaitis, you can use him at the start of the dungeon, even though you don't have him. You can see, searching for my route, what to choose, where to go. We're actually at the end of the dungeon, or the third floor, because it's only 3 floors. It's really short. It's really fun. I recommend you trying it if you never tried it before. The alt animations is something I like in this game really much. They actually put effort into these, so these are the best looking animations in Ultimates in the game for me, as an opinion. I'm sure there are better animations and better units, but these ones, I like the animations. They actually put some effort into them. They feel different. They don't feel like a copy paste of another animation of sort. Which reminds me, there are some units, or at least one unit that I know, that has a combo animation. I believe is Rimuru, the old Rimuru, that has an animation with Meliodas. If you equip him with Meliodas, his alt animation will change, and it's really cool. They did something like that to a unit, and I wish they could do more with other units, or add additional alt animations to other units to spice up the game, I think, or bring some appeal to the units, even though they're old, or you feel like their animations are outdated, or you feel like they're not that great as animations. So as you can see, I can buy anything right now in this shop, but I decide to save. It's another shop right around the corner, and I can actually gather more points to get to there. I wish they make extra cosmetics for older characters that are collab characters to at least make them viable in PvP, or make them at least more tankier, or have more HP, more attack, more defense. And it would be really great, because you can actually use those units in PvP and mix things up. It doesn't always have to be the 7 deadly sins, even though this is their game. So some minor complaint, but it would be so much better if we could use these units for longer than at least a year, which most units run. At least some festival units run for 1 year, and rightfully so. They're really great. Some are lackluster, but we get what we get, and we work with what we have. If you're actually pulling for these units, I wish you good luck. If we don't get them, at least try to build up to 600 gems. They're gonna actually give 250 gems in this event for free. You gotta actually farm them or find the rest, so you can actually do a full rotation and get at least one of the units that you really want, but you only get one unit. That's it. Since I have all the unknown team for Overlord, I don't need to find other units. However, I need more skill ranks, or rather ranks for the characters to actually stand a chance against the final boss. But their damage output is really high in this Laberynth. But to actually do that damage, you actually have to find the passives for Overlord characters, so you can actually increase that damage output. I'm gonna use her counter, but I'm actually gonna try finishing them off, at least as quick as I can. Albedo for the win. If you guys are interested in me creating other content, I actually play Warframe, or I used to play Warframe. I have to pick it up because it has a new story. I play other stuff like League of Legends. Actually, I have my moments, but I play League of Legends like, let's say, like a platinum, stuck in platinum. But it is what it is. I'm trying to learn and grow with the game, even though some matches are really one-sided. But if the game was easy, I wouldn't like it. So it's good at the way it is, even though some other games are trying to replicate what they do and what they have. And in my belief, I still end up in League of Legends. It is what it is. I also can talk about anime, can make reviews for you guys if you ever want to watch some anime, if you want to know if it's good or not. And for me, I could tell you if it's good or not, but at the end of the day, I leave it up to you if you want to watch it and give it your. You're free to like what you like and do what you do. It's totally fine if you like it and others don't. It's your own thing, and I respect your opinion as much as everybody else's. But if you ever see me talking bad about certain anime or regular or mid about it, I don't mean any hard feelings for it. I'm just reviewing it based on other animes that I watch. Now, that doesn't make it necessarily bad. It's just that if it's repetitive and the story is not good enough for it, it kind of falls off. It's like washing your clothes and sitting down looking at the washing machine over and over and over again. It's gonna do the same spins, and it gets boring over time. And if you're that kind of person that actually relates to that, I'm gonna review things that way. As you can see, all the points that I saved for the next shop paid off. I can buy anything I want, this, that. Let's actually buy this first. Next level up. You can only buy one of each, sadly. And some more HP. Why not? Fully overkills. I'm gonna leave shop, and that's the final boss. He's actually easy. He's really easy. It's the same boss as the event. Outside of the labyrinth, you can actually face him 5 times a day. You get drop items that you can exchange in his boss shop for the other cosmetics and extra items to upgrade your characters. It's actually really cool of them to give tons of free stuff. Now, let's get to it. Counter first. Let's reduce. Yeah. Gonna try and heal. Counter. Full counter. Let's see. Let's see how hard we can hit with this. Oh my god. Don't try it. I'm not gonna win. And that's GG. Blam. I actually like Shark here. She looks really good for a character. I actually like the anime. The anime is really, really good. If you never watch Overlord anime, it's really, really good. It's kind of similar to other game related animes, but this is actually quite a bit different from other animes, and the characters are really fun to watch. There you see, I redeemed the summoning tickets. You actually get up to 30 tickets for the event. To summon on the Overlord banner, you need to accumulate 10 tickets to do a multi-summon. So keep that in mind. If you use one single ticket for a single summon, you're gonna miss out on a multi. So keep that in mind. There, I wasted those points, and I'm gonna restart the dungeon again. As you can see, I have extra stones. The stones are glowing more brighter. And start the dungeon, so you can see what it looks like to run it with the extra characters and the buffs. As you can see, since I picked mostly Overlord characters at the end, I can start with any of them. Actually gonna start with Shaltir next. And as you can see, you can choose one of the upgrades. Hero Enhance is very scarce, as I said, so I'm gonna pick that one first. And you can choose one of the passives that you collected throughout the dungeon run. That is if you cleared it. If you have the clear, then you reset it at the end. You can actually carry those passives over to your new run. It's actually easy, it's fun. Go for it as many times as you want. And I hope you get every rewards, every item. It's actually fun, very fun. So that's gonna be it for you guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you have a great day, and see you soon.